Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I got a good one for you today. I like that song. I like that song. I got a good one for you today, a good one for you today. And no, guess what? It's not Amber Heard, it's somebody else acting a fool. Can you believe this? Someone else is acting a fool besides Amber Heard? Who knew? A while ago, I did some videos on Tasha K, a YouTuber. Now, she was in a legal battle with Cardi B. Now, you would think, one would think that you wouldn't tangle with somebody with deep pockets like that. That can take you from here on down to here to where you're using food stamps. You would think one would really stop and think, hmm, I better not do that. But just imagine this. Just imagine this. Imagine this. And not wax on or wax off, not that, no. Imagine this, a YouTuber talks out of the side of her neck, making up all these stories about someone that has millions and millions and millions of dollars. Let's say I don't pocket watch Cardi B. I don't know how much money she has, but let me just keep it simple. Let's say $100 million. And then a YouTuber is talking out of the side of her neck, calling her herpy B and all this other stuff. And she reaches out saying, hey, stop saying these things about me. And I don't believe this. I'm sorry. Um, Saying I can't talking all this smack, right? You would think that she would learn something. No. She didn't learn a doggone thing. Not a doggone thing. I can't believe this. So I'm sorry. So she so Cardi B reaches out and say, hey, stop doing that with both mothers. Stop. Take the video down. Tasha said, you gotta take me to court. I'm taking nothing down. And just talking smack all the way through. And she gets sued for $4 million. Yes, four and six zeros afterwards. Now, Cardi B's YouTube channel has like what, 78 million people? Tasha K just has over 100, over a million. You may want to think about that. Think about what you say. Because Cardi B, she's one of those rough around the edge type of people. She says exactly what she thinks. She tells you how she feels about it, and straightforward. That's what I like about her. I really don't listen to her music because I'm not into that music, but I have a lot of respect for her because she's honest. Now, Tasha K, I think she's rough around the edges too. I'm a little shock jock YouTuber. She really can put some stuff out there, but $4 million. Now, keep in mind, keep this going, wax on, wax off. You think that she learned something? Again, no. Now she's talking smack about Iggy Azalea. You just, you would think You would think she learned something. Not a thing. Nothing at all. Oh, those of you on Twitter, you're going to have to come on YouTube and write something, or you could put something down in my threads and answer you back later. But I can't do it during a live stream. But if you want to participate, come on over to YouTube. You could call in. I mean, come up on video. All right. Now, you should have learned a thing. Not a zero, zilch, nada. I'm thinking, Tasha, what are you doing? To myself, I don't know Tasha K. I mean, I've seen some of her streams, and I gotta say, her studio stuff is really great, and she has done some pretty good interviews. But when you start talking about the celebrities, you went too far. You gotta reel that back in. And I got two articles. You know me. I gotta back it up with something. Right here, Iggy azalea warns Tasha K, don't get sued again. You have to pay rent. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a hell of a thing to say. And you're messing with people with deep pockets. Deep, deep, deep pockets. So the article says Iggy Azalea warns Tasha K, don't get sued again. You got to pay rent. The rapper Iggy Azalea called out Tasha K following the blogger's comments after she shared a picture of her oxtail dish that went viral, as well as Tony Lynch commented on the post. Tasha Clay claimed that Iggy Azalea was leaving her child Onyx at home to hang out with Tony Lynch before alleging that the Australian rapper fixed Tony a plate before her child. Wow, wow, wow. Man, Tasha, you're over there talking out the side of your neck. Come on, girl. You got to stop. Stop talking out the side of your neck. You said the same thing about Cardi B. Just coming up with stuff out of thin air. No, you need to stop. Stop, stop, stop. Stop talking out the side of your neck. Then Iggy in a tweet, she says, Tasha, watch your mouth and definitely keep my son's name out of it. I certainly do have that good lawyer money. Oof. Don't get sued again. You gotta pay rent, baby. Oh, it goes on. So Tasha got Iggy's attention. She continued, nah, I get what you're trying to say, but also I'm not having a big family meal with anybody, so that's why I don't get into why it's even a comment to begin with. Like, why? How? Is my son's even a topic for her? And which is very true. Whatever she's doing, what does her son have to do with her? Whatever Iggy is doing, then you take that energy and you put it on Iggy, and Iggy's going to more than likely give you the same energy back. But when you veer off and go on to people's children and family, you're gonna have some kind of boundaries. This is kind of like, how can I say? Because Amber Heard has zero boundaries. It has been proven in court. And now you have other people that have zero boundaries. Kim Kardashian has zero boundaries. She gets sued more times than you have fingers and thumbs. So, in response to Tasha K's claims about beating Tony before Onyx, Iggy explained that she doesn't bring men around her child. That's right. Firstly, I would be fixing my son oxtails. It's spicy and sometimes something that a 2-year-old would eat, which would likely make it mild. Secondly, I don't bring men around my child, she said. Lastly, why are we talking about anything of this because I cook food? Quite interesting. So then Iggy, and then you have people commenting on. Now, you would think that Tasha K has learned. You would think. No, she hasn't learned a thing about that. I mean, just go back to Cardi B. Cardi B, she just, whew, she gave it a smackdown. And it says, the YouTube blogger Tasha K is not getting much sympathy from the public after she lost the appeal to the Cardi B defamation suit and is forced to pay her $4 million. She lost the defamation suit. She got whatever she was trying to do, she got to pay it. So, Tasha, born Latasha Kibi, was also first ordered to remove Cardi B's videos from their blog page. Now that she should have done that from Jump Street. Just my 2 cents. That is what she should have done, but she didn't do it. Now, the 40-year-old blogger filed legal documents with the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit in June 2022. June 20. But the appeal was summarized and similarly and not expected. I'm sorry. Let me back up here for a second. But the appeal was Yo tengo la palabra aquí, pero no está corriendo acá. Oh my goodness. Similarly, and not unexpectedly dismissed without prejudice. This gives Cardi B the freedom to sic her lawyers on and the sheriff's office on Tasha K to garnish her wages down and personal properties to help satisfy the jury's judgment. You want to go through that again? I mean, Cardi B got you in there. Clink. And you're still talking trash. Oh, I forgot to put my banners up. I'm sorry. You just Tasha. I don't know what's going on with you. But even before Tasha K lost her appeal, she was given a stern warning by another rapper, Iggy Azalea, that she better learn this lesson. At least before she gets hauled back to court. Now, so she's telling her, "Hey, you better stop it." The worst for Tasha K is it was discovered by a blogger that she put her plushed home, which was situated against a golf course. Ooh, oh man, nice quiet living, for rent, and was reportedly moved to an apartment. Keep your mouth closed. That's it. When the judgment came down, fans rained criticism on Tasha K for not only scandalizing Cardi B, but others, but also for refusing to remove Cardi B's videos from her YouTube page. And someone says, Ken Barbie says, well, loudmouth YouTuber Tasha K is definitely going to have to go back to to boxed wine from the corner store as she desperately appeals to attempt her lawsuit, which Cardi B um, has been has been rejected, and she still is responsible for 3.8 million tab that her mouth ran up. Very true. And you would think, one would think, just think that since Tasha K had that experience, one would think that you would have learned. No, she didn't learn. She didn't learn. She didn't learn a thing. I mean, you would think that she would have learned something. And and right, there's a sad state of affairs that you didn't learn a thing from this situation. I mean, you uprooted your home. Now you got that for rent. You moved somewhere else to pay these bills. Your husband and son is moving along with you because your mouth just ran. It's a shame. It is a shame. That's all that I got to say on it. If you want to speak on it, or if you want to talk about anything else, come on up. Come on up. If you would like to say something on this topic or something else we had discussed before. But I think Tasha K, you were on a slippery slope, and doing that shock stuff is not a good thing because not everybody's gonna take it nor like it or deal with you putting things out there that are not true. That's why what I do, and I'm not everyone's taste, and I get that, I understand that. But I'm not going to go out there and run out there on the side of my neck talking smack about people, because when I get sued, I'm going to tell you what you're going to get. You're going to get my mom, depending on what attitude she has. You're going to get my family, my bills, and my bills. That's exactly what you're going to get. But when you have something to lose, you have to act like you have something to lose, and be responsible. So when I go to newspapers and look at that, I'm not talking out the side of my neck. This is what is being stated. Reporters go out there doing the digging, and I just look at what they do and put my 2 cents on it, but don't defame anyone's character. There are people out there who want that slander, that news, that gossip stuff. No, you're not going to get that here. I'll just simply give you what is. And it's going to take me a long time to build this channel, but I'm going to build it on what is, not just throwing stuff out there, saying that Cardi B has this and Iggy Azalea leaves her child and go deal with some man. Nah, that's a no-no. You don't do that. But on that note, on my other live stream, on my other channel, I gotta say I went off the rails a little bit on Politics with Laura. Oh my goodness. The wild stuff that's happening. And I'm going to talk about this for a second because I'm still angry about it. How these Democrats, I'm independent, and I sort of am a spectator, a political spectator. But when children are being used as a political stunt to get whatever you want, to me, is a huge problem. And I'm not going to stay too long on this subject. When you do that, that is a huge problem. Hold on, let me open this window up real quick. Okay. In this abortion issue is so wild that Oh man, where do I begin? The Supreme Court has spoken. Now, before we even get into it, Dobbs and Johnson was going back and forth suing each other on some abortion issues and some, what do you call it, issues, reproductive rights. And they slid it in under women's reproductive health. Now, if you just look at the phrase alone, women's reproductive health, you're talking about making you better, making you healthy, reproductive health, not abortion. But I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to set that aside because I can go down a rabbit's tail and then there's going to be a big wild dog fight, and I don't want it. Now, it got to the point to where the Supreme Court is like, wait a minute, let's take a look at this. They used the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Ninth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. And when you look at these amendments, and I'm not no legal scholar, I just read. If you look at these amendments, they have nothing to do with abortion at all. Now, when you look at the 14th Amendment, which if you go on my channel or even on my community page, I had an interview with Mr. X. And he was saying, well, the 14th Amendment promises life, liberty, and property. Oh, man. You can't do nothing but love Mr. X. Life, liberty, and property. Now, we had to talk off because I couldn't say what I wanted to say. I was restricted. But I said, look at the three categories: life, liberty, and property. You're going to say at the side of your neck that you have the right to life, and then you have the liberty to get an abortion. Could you stop with that silliness? That is just outrageously foolish. That's outrageous. But this is how wild people are getting about abortions. And I understand why. I get it. But Mr. X used the same outlier. And that was, well, what if a young girl gets raped? That's what I talked about. A young girl, a 10-year-old girl in Ohio got raped. Now, there's so many things that are being said about it, about her being raped. But what's not being said is the societal norms. What is going on? The moral compass. Why is it broken? Instead of just focusing on the abortion part, why not focus on what's going on with people to do these acts? So if you and the guy's name is, oh my goodness, Gerson Fuentes. And the Democrats knew. They knew about the situation and did zero, zippo, nada. All for political. Used that 10-year-old girl. Had her go from Ohio, had her go from Ohio to Indiana for an abortion when they were like, wait a minute, wait. The IG of Ohio said, wait a minute. The AG of Ohio said, wait a minute. You didn't have to do that. We have special circumstances here. And to make it big, just to get attention and then to talk about it. Joe Biden talked about it. Nancy Pelosi talked about it. Everybody was talking about it. They were talking about the abortion. This is why we needed this, and this. But no one said anything about Gerson Fuentes being a 27-year-old, allegedly took advantage of this 10-year-old girl. And then the AG from Ohio was like, well, we didn't hear anything about this. There's no paperwork. The guy's not put in jail. Nothing. He's not charged. Then the Democrats had to do something. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go on about this. Ooh, I'm still upset. But a 10-year-old girl got an abortion, and now they can talk about how a 10-year-old got raped. Okay, we'll leave that one alone. Back to what I was originally talking about. You know, Tasha, you have to stop with this. You got to stop with this because it is not benefiting you at all. It's not benefiting you. It isn't, and it isn't. And it's going to cause more heartache that your family don't need. Just a thought from a fellow YouTuber. You have way more subscriberships than I do. I just started. However, you got to be more responsible. And just putting some shock stuff out there just for people to gossip about is not a cool thing to do. Because whatever you say, people believe. And they're not going to sit there and read in between the lines to see whether you're telling the truth or not. Not cool. Not cool at all. But on that note, I'm going to transition. Oh, man. That Amber Heard. That Amber Heard. She can't get up from this lawsuit. I think Amber Heard and Tasha K should have had a conversation because Tasha K would have told, hey, girl, just pay it. I tried to get out of it and couldn't. Amber Heard, she'll be down there at the welfare office. Could be, allegedly, could be, depending on how flat broke she is. She may have to move in with family members. Yep. If you have anything to say, please come on up and say something. Put something in the comments section if you want me to talk about something. Put something in YouTube or come up here on a video and we can have a discussion on what you want to talk about. Oof, I'm sorry. Oof. It's getting ready to storm up here. It's getting ready to storm. Alrighty, on that note, I just want to go ahead and just keep you all abreast on that stuff. There was some other breaking news going on out there in the celebrity mess. Tasha K, if she's not careful, ooh, you better stop. $4 million is a lot of money. Too much. Alrighty, on that note, please like, subscribe. Help us, Sister Adam, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Likes are for free. Subscribe is for free. And comments are for free. And if you don't like what I say, subscribe, dislike my video, and leave a comment. On that note, I want to thank all of you for stopping by.